some help from the community, we were also able to complete projects to help some unfortunate children at Christmas and the homeless sleeping rough in the cold. Due to the amazing support we have received from our last charity event, we have been able to help double the amount of applicants. The cases have been varied, however, there was one case that stood out to us. Kate has a life-limiting form of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. This brings many complications. This year alone, Kate has had 3 major surgeries and a PICC line to fight a life-threatening infection. Her EDS affects all her major organs. Kate is currently supported by Jay's Hospice, who help to improve the lives of young adults with life-limiting and life-threatening conditions. And so, we decided to go that extra mile. Here's Kate's story.
Well, Kate's 23, she's a single mum to Louis, who's 2, and when she was 14 she was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. She had a very complicated medical history, lots of surgeries and things like that, and then when she was 17 she was diagnosed with autonomic dysfunction and POTS. She's had broken bones, head injuries, dislocations from passing out, because it just happens without warning. She's had an infection for most of this year because her immune system doesn't work properly. Obviously the property she's living in at the moment means that she can't be a mum, because our lounge, for example, is on the middle floor and her bedroom's on the top floor, so she can't do the simple things like get Louis a drink or make his tea, because obviously there's all the stairs that she's having to climb, and it's just been an absolute nightmare for us, especially since she become a parent. About 2.5 years ago, we put Kate on the council list, and she's basically sat there for 2.5 years. In January, Kate had a spell in hospital and she was really, really quite poorly, so we kept pushing and pushing. And it was the 27th of March when we got a phone call to say that the place in Epping was Kate's if she wanted it. We didn't really look at it, we just signed because we were so desperate to get Kate into a property of her own. We wasn't quite aware of the condition of the property. We couldn't quite understand why the property was in such a bad condition. It was absolutely filthy. There was mould. We kept discovering more and more issues with the property as we started to strip wallpaper off. The garden was an absolute mess. There was no way that this was a safe, secure home that was disability friendly that was given to us for Kate. There was no flooring at all, just concrete floors, which means if Kate was to pass out, she could sustain even bigger injuries than what she does already. Kate's social worker has been a great help, and he gave us the details of an organisation called Lenderhand. So I contacted the office to see if they might be able to help us with some floor coverings, because obviously we're going to run out of money really quickly because of the state of and the condition of the property. All our funds have had to be diverted into actually making it habitable, and thankfully they've approved help with the floorings, and they've also asked a company called ATCL Property Services to come in, and they're donating their time and materials to help make the place livable and make it a family home so Kate and Louis can have the best start, which is just amazing. We're just so shocked at their kindness, everyone's kindness.
How did it make you feel when you realised that the charity wanted to do a lot more for you? And they basically...
Well, I think I kept crying too, and I said I didn't deserve it. I didn't feel like...
Why do you feel like you don't deserve it?
I don't know. I always think there's someone worse out there that deserves it a bit more than me, so even now, I still don't get it. I didn't even know, like, no one's ever really tried to help me. Like, obviously my mum and my dad are amazing, but I never knew that there was anyone that could help, so it was nice, yeah. It's definitely changed my life completely with Louis. Not that I was depressed, obviously I had postnatal depression with Louis when he was born, and a big part of that was being in my mum's home. Not because of my mum, but because of the ability to do everything was so hard all the time. I remember ringing up the council saying, I'm going to leave, I'll make myself homeless, and they said, if you do that, we can't help you. So that would have made the situation worse, and I felt like I was stuck, I couldn't do anything. So without even looking at this place, I took the keys and I took the keys and I signed for it, and I come in, I remember crying, thinking, how am I going to do this? And well, obviously you guys done a lot for me, a lot.
You've got a beautiful
Literally
home.
changed my life, like my independence here compared to what it was at home. I actually feel like I'm 23 now. I don't actually feel like a child, and my mum had to do a lot for me at home. It used to, I don't know, my mum used to do a lot for Louis, so it used to make me very jealous. I used to find it really hard, whereas now everything's on one floor, so I can get everything done.
2017 was another successful year. Because of all your donations and support, Lenderhand can continue to help provide goods and services to the Essex community through the challenging periods of their lives.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone at Lenderhand for helping me and changing mine and my son's life. You've not only made a difference to us, but you've made a difference to my mum and dad as well. I will be forever grateful for everything that you've done for me. Thank you so much.